Echidna gets ready to go hunt with Kongwu and excitedly shows off the dress she bought with Ciela and gets pleased with his compliment. As Kongwu warns Echidna to not transform into her original form at any cost, Ciela wonders when will she be strong enough to go hunt with Kongwu. Her thoughts are interrupted by Kongwu asking if she's going hunting too and mentioning how he'd like to go hunting with her one of these days, surprising the woman and having her look forward to it. They bid farewell to a pleased Ciela. As Kongwu and Echidna reach the S-rank gate, he warns her to be careful of 3 things. She should not go near the lake, she wouldn't directly involve herself and only assist him, and she would not transform into her original form to avoid unnecessary attention. Kongwu then uses his omniscient power to locate the giant ogre, and after doing so, he used his power of temptation to lure the monster towards them when suddenly Echidna mentions selling something nice. As the ogre approaches them, Kongwu gives Echidna a heads up to be ready and then launches towards the giant ogre with his power of thousands. Kongwu is impressed as the monster didn't even budge with this attack, but he knows he can still take it down and uses his dark spear attack. From researching and script writing to editing and mastering our best manhwa review channel, I will work hard to roll out the highest quality manhwa entertainment videos twice or more a week. If you like what I do here, please consider supporting the channel. To learn more about how to support the channel, check out the link in the description box down below, and if you can't give or simply don't even feel like it, that's okay too. I am just happy you're here. Thank you so much. The wound makes the ogre catch Kongwu in his fist, but right on time, Echidna uses her dark storm to render the ogre motionless so Kongwu could free himself and attack with his power of thunder and lightning. This blow finally defeats the monster, increasing Kongwu's level by 1. Kongwu is amused by hunting at S rank since increased difficulty helped him directly level up by 1. An excited Echidna reaches Kongwu wanting his praise for being helpful to him, and rightly got so. Echidna shares that even she was surprised since she thinks her powers increased after being summoned by him. Kongwu is also sure that something of that sort happened since he never thought she'd be this strong in her transformed state. Kongwu wonders if he should test a hunt in her original form to see her real strength, while Echidna once again smells something delicious. As some shadows cover the two, they look up to see a bunch of wyverns surrounding them who got attentive due to Kongwu's battle with the ogre. Kongwu picks up Echidna and decides to flee since he doesn't think it's a good idea to face numerous wyverns at once. He uses the power of the sky to fly and escape the wyverns. He can see them catching up to him, but he is sure that he can lose them with his power. But as the wyverns try to catch up, one of them bites the hem of Echidna's dress, getting her attention. She is shocked to see her dress ruined, while Kongwu is confused at what happened to her and calls upon her, but maddened with anger, she is unable to calm down at the thought of her dress, which Kongwu complimented her in, being ruined. In the blink of an eye, Echidna is transformed from a cute little girl to a humongous dragon with a size much larger than wyverns. She killed half the wyverns surrounding her in no time, while the rest trying to flee and didn't stand a chance of surviving either. Kongwu floats in the air as he observes Echidna's furious side and pop-ups of Echidna defeating a wyvern one after another. Kongwu is surprised as he can't comprehend it being the same Echidna who was nearly dead by Reynold and his team, as she seems to be looking far stronger than he thought. As Echidna madly slaughters the wyverns, Kongwu wonders about the possibility of her being stronger than him. Also, quick reminder as we are going through the recap, if you are new to the channel, some of you watching are not already subscribed, and if that's you and you want to guarantee you're always up to date with all good content like this, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and join us on the road to 1,000,000 subs. And if you enjoy the video, or if you found it interesting, let me know by dropping a like and comment on it as well, would be seriously appreciated. Let's continue. Echidna weakly wakes up in Kongwu's arms while being covered in his jacket. She is confused about her surroundings, so Kongwu tells her that they are still inside the gate, and after fighting the wyverns, she transformed into her human form and faints right away. He deems that she used too much of her strength while fighting. She starts tearing up thinking about her dress being ruined, so Kongwu tells her that they can buy a new dress, and surely any dress would suit her. She is about to whine again but is halted by a dark expression on Kongwu's face as he warns her to not transform out of the blue again, since he is not fond of those who cannot control themselves in anger. This scares Echidna and she apologizes, begging him to not abandon him, which surprises Kongwu since he wasn't planning on doing that. He calms a crying Echidna and wonders if he was too hard on her, but deduces that he had to teach her the importance of rationality during battles. Kongwu thinks about the situation overall and knows that it worked in his profit since her killing all those wyverns increased his level from 41 to 49. He is surprised that she has so much strength to defeat several S-rank monsters by herself, but of course, he can also feel that she absorbed his demonic energy after becoming becoming his familiar, and hence his energy has decreased, but she has become much stronger. He deduces that the higher the demonic energy he possesses, the greater will be the power Echidna can wield, which would take a toll on both their bodies later, but would also serve them both benefit in battles. His thoughts are interrupted by the sound of giant ogres, not one but two. He seats Echidna by a tree and decides to get a workout by dealing with two of them without her aid. But before Kongwu can get ahead and attack them, two people are at it and defeat the ogres in an instant. The two men seem to be opposites, as one of them is an overenthusiastic guy in beach clothes and a jolly personality, while the other is a hooded emo guy with dark clothes. As they stand in front of Kongwu and talk about whether they saved him or took his prey, he realizes that they are two guild masters. The hooded guy is the guild master of the Ainuri Guild, Cha Minhyuk, while the jolly one is Baek Kong-hyun, the guild master of the Hanul Guild and the #1 ranker in Korea. Kongwu curses such a coincidence since he didn't want to draw any attention to himself. Kong-hyun starts convincing Kongwu to escort him and Echidna to the gates since they both look tired and it's not safe in there, but Kongwu tells him he doesn't want to worry them anymore and they can carry on with their route while he can take care of himself and Echidna. As they both argue back and forth in courtesy, Minhyuk puts his fist in the flesh of the dead ogre and discreetly gets something out of it as if he wants the ogre's DNA. This suspicious activity is not noticed by the two arguing as they part ways. Echidna wakes up to find herself out of the gates, and Kongwu tells her to wake up properly since they are going shopping. Kongwu uses the map to find the shortest route to the department store, and it happens to be crossing through a suspiciously empty alley, and even though Kongwu finds it weird, he decides to take the route. Echidna suddenly gets alert and tells Kongwu she can smell human blood from the alley, so Kongwu decides to follow her directions. It's that agent who was supposed to meet Guildmaster Wayan and pass her the video evidence about the cruelty and aims of the demonic order. He tried to send them the video, but the radio waves prevent him from passing the information around, and then, before he could get the memory card out, he was caught and beaten up brutally. As this wounded guy tries to keep himself conscious and reach Wayan, he loses strength in his body and falls. He tries to take one more step toward the gate of the Warang Core, but fails to muster up the energy. To his luck, Kongwu reaches him and is shocked to see his state, but before everything ended for the poor guy, all he could manage to do was hand the card to Kongwu and say please. Kongwu confusedly asks what this card holds, but the guy is gone for good before the answer could reach Kongwu. Kongwu looks at the card confused at what just happened and decides to look at the chip to find the answers. That card only holds a single video, and of course, trying to find out what all this is about, he opens the video only to be left stunned and speechless. Kongwu can't believe his eyes as what this dead guy handed him with such determination is nothing but a video holding porn. Kongwu tries to look through it again, trying to look at something he must be missing, but gets nothing except utter amusement upon watching porn after 10,000 years. Echidna stands there confused at what Kongwu found, so he calms himself and calls it some crucial evidence. Kongwu is alarmed by the sudden appearance of a group of black capes and red masks. He is confused about who these people are when they notice that Kongwu has seen the video on the card, so they decide to kill him. Kongwu is confused about why such dramatics are being imposed on watching porn. He thinks about whether this is considered a heavy sin these days. The masked man calls him out for feigning ignorance or not understanding the real value of the clip. Kongwu is annoyed by the confusing situation, but one thing is certain: he is not gonna let go of a clip of porn he watched for the first time in 10,000 years. As if this was a battle having his life at stake, Kongwu shows an utmost determination not to let them take the clip. The demons attack Kongwu, but he uses his power of speed and iron wall to kill most of them who attack him. This alerts the rest of them and they decide to release their powers. Kongwu feels the aura of the demonic energy and becomes sure that they indeed are from the demonic order and are transforming their bodies into demons to attack him. Echidna tries to intervene to help, but Kongwu tells her he should deal with this on his own. He attacks the demons knowing the intensity of the attack that would not let them use their regenerative abilities. As the demons fail to fight against Kongwu, some of them decide it's best to flee, but Kongwu isn't the one to forgive this easily. The player from Hell uses his final attack of the Terra Blade to torture the rest of the demons to death. As Kongwu moves a little away from the bloodbath he caused, he looks at the video again and still finds porn in it, getting distracted by the entertainment until he hears voices of Yeonju and Wayan from the top of the building about the signal coming from this point. Kongwu panics and hides his screen to compose himself. Yeonju asks what he's doing there, while he questions the same thing about people popping up from here and there. Wayan is utterly surprised at the presence of Kongwu there, but is shocked at seeing her comrade lying brutally wounded and the rest of the blood splatter. She asks if he happens to see a memory card. He hands Yeonju the memory card as she calls it an important business and wonders why she wants to use it immediately. Kongwu is sure that there is something he is missing out on in the video, but still cannot act normally at the mention of it and ignores Yeonju very conveniently as she asks him to watch it with her since he'll be needing to know this eventually. actually. Wei-in realizes her agent is dead and asks Kongwu what happened here. But the best part is that Kongwu himself has no idea what happened. He narrates the whole incident to Wei-in, and she realizes that his involvement happens to be a coincidence. She also suggests that Kongwu watches the video with them, but she is cut off by a shriek from the poor Yeonju, who starts shouting at Kongwu for switching it while he blushes, telling her that he is innocent, along with covering the eyes of poor Echidna, who's watching this chaos unfold in confusion. Wei-in tells them that it's a fake video and needs to be decrypted to see the actual evidence, since the headquarters considers this the best cover-up. Yeonju starts shouting at Kongwu for not saying anything while he matches her red face and teases her for saying she was gonna use it right away. Echidna interrupts Yeonju and warns her to not be rude to Kongwu. Yeonju is confused at the puffy-faced girl who's looking at him with a deathly cute glare as she is introduced as Kangwoo's familiar. As the two banter over Kangwoo's style being summoning more of a scary monster than a cute little girl, Wei-in intervenes by telling them they should head to Suwon Station headquarters to watch the video right away. At the core, Wei-in announces the death of the agent and how his family should be compensated fairly, and asks for the video to be decrypted right away. She asks for a conversation with General Chon Hyunji, but he turns out to be on a trip to Japan, leaving her a bit disappointed since he is the most powerful and could have helped in this scenario. The video contains a demon addressing his cardinal about the preparations for the summon to be completed in 3 to 4 weeks, which is faster than expected. They also mention sponsorship from a big guild offering sacrifices above B rank. The rest of the video has the demon being treated like trash by the cardinal until the agent is noticed by the cardinal. Kongwu shares his 3 deductions that there are higher authorities in that order than the cardinal visible. They are planning on summoning something dangerous on Earth, and there is a big guild supporting them, so the guilds need to be investigated since the demonic order itself will now be having a tighter security, making it impossible to investigate them anymore. Wei-in is impressed by Kongwu, and as they discuss that they can't openly investigate them, Kongwu suggests they can lure them by baiting a high-rank player whom they can target for their offering. He suggests that they spread a rumor that there is a low-rank rookie who has abilities up to S rank and the Red Rose is targeting him. Since the demons are hungry for power, they won't be able to resist the temptation of acting on this rumor. They wonder who a new bait could be, who isn't yet involved with any guild, but Kongwu seems to be having an answer to that as well. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to watch more videos like these, turn on notifications, and leave a like and comment to help the channel out. From researching and script writing to editing and mastering our best manhwa review channel, I will work hard to roll out the highest quality manhwa entertainment videos twice or more a week. If you like what I do here, please consider supporting the channel. To learn more about how to support the channel, check out the link in the description box down below, and if you can't give or simply don't even feel like it, that's okay too. I am just happy you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next video.
Hi. You are watching